For most of my life, I didn't have a computer, and it really pissed me off. I wanted to have a PC to play games and watch YouTube videos and shit like this. I was jealous to those who had a PC. Later on, I thought that editing there would be much better, because my first 6 months into editing were only on CapCut on my phone, which obviously wasn't optimal. And so, I was thinking that once I finally get a PC I've been waiting for 16 years of my life, my editing will improve so much and everything will be better. As you can tell, I was really excited to get a laptop, and when I finally got a PC, I was hyped. I was super happy and grateful and everything. Anyways, I thought how everything's gonna be amazing and my work life will 10x. And I mean, sure, it got better, and I wouldn't switch back to having phone only, but I feel that having my phone wasn't that bad, and that I thought of this one thing as so big that I just didn't really value what I had. And I was always looking to the future, always to the better version of something. Interestingly, right when I got that PC, I stopped making content. Maybe because it interrupted the flow and momentum I already had, and working with PC wasn't easy for me at the beginning. So yeah, you understand it correctly. As soon as I got a PC I was excited for, because I knew that editing is gonna get better, I stopped doing it. By the way, I got that PC in October, which was my birthday, and I also started going to high school. So I had a lot of stress and work from school, thereby I didn't have much time for editing. I also remember that always before summer break, I was super excited for it. I mean, of course, what kid isn't excited about summer holidays? But then, all I was thinking about was the future, yet I was neglecting the present moment. And it's like, I'm not living now to live later. That doesn't make sense. I should live now and later, right? Sure, I gotta look towards my future, but ignoring what's now is such a horrible thing to do, because then you're basically living for the future. And if you can't live now, will you be able to do so when then the future you've been looking for comes? When the summer break finally hit, I was just waking up and going through the motions. Sure, not having school responsibility is amazing, and I always love the feeling, but I don't feel like I actually lived, I just woke up, had some little morning routine and edited. Then I had lunch, and then I just continued editing. Then I had a shower, whatever, and just went to bed. And that was literally my day. Now, I understand that locking yourself into a room and obsessing over something will make you successful. But honestly, I wasn't even that locked in. I was barely exercising, and my sleep schedule was all over the place. I also scrolled on TikTok and Instagram, so really, I didn't live my summer to the fullest. I could have done so many more side quests and things that would deeper this experience we have, this life. Because honestly, what is life about if everything you do is work and thinking about the future? I understand that building your future is great. I definitely encourage you to do that. But not when you're like me and you don't do anything else, especially at my young age. I actually heard this all the time, and it really pissed me off, that you should enjoy your teenage years instead of working your ass off. But my answer to this was that work is my fun, which yeah, that was true, but like bro, editing for the entire day and not doing anything else is not that fun. And sure, I understand that you're locked in, plus you want to outperform your competition, so you have to start young. But I want to change this up a bit, and add maybe twice a week of going out with your friends, if you have some. By going out, I don't mean going into a club and drinking, but something I've been doing lately, which is just going outside, alcohol-free, and playing football or something, and then going somewhere and just doing a bunch of stupid shit. What I'm trying to say is to not make your life so boring. Actually experience it, because you never know when it's going to end, so you might as well enjoy it to its fullest. Not to only think about the present and neglecting your future, but understanding that there may not even be far future. Actually, this sounds kind of pessimistic, but it's not meant in this way. From all we know, this is the only life we have, so we might as well live it to its fullest. Not overthinking about tomorrow or stressing out about the upcoming exam. That exam won't have an impact on your life, and life is just more than school. You gotta realize that. I'm going to be honest right now. I oftentimes overthink and don't live my life to its fullest. I also stress about the next exam, even though I know that it's not that deep. But what I say to myself is exactly this, that it's not that deep, and it's not even aligned with my purpose anyway. I know what I want to do right now, and I can tell you for a fact that it's far from school. Honestly, I see way too many people doing the exact same mistake. I see that most of my classmates are excited for the school day to end, which yeah makes sense, but this goes to show that they don't live in the present moment when they're in school, and they just think about the end. And I completely understand that. They don't like school because it's boring and they're forced to do something, and they can't wait to play video games for 10 hours. But actually, I try to enjoy being in school, even though I know it's mostly a waste of my time for me, and I would much rather do something else. But here I am, and I must be here. And bro, school isn't even that bad. Well, really, the classes itself are okay. Like, when you actually do what you're supposed to do, it's not that boring. The time just passes by quicker. I think this psychology tactic is implemented the best in situations that are really, really great and you know they'll stick into your brain. Like today, we played football with my friends during a sunset, which by the way, I usually don't play football, but I actually enjoyed it. I was energetic and I even took my shirt off, even though the weather was colder. And yeah, then we just played sumo. But like, even just laying on the grass and watching the stars whilst having my friend's head on my hip was a great experience. And I hope it will last in my head for a while. Back a few years ago, I wouldn't enjoy a moment like this. I would just wait for it to end, so I can be in home, in comfort, and doing absolutely nothing with my life. Okay, it's almost 1 am when I'm scripting this, so I'm gonna go to bed. Wait, I forgot to add some quote. Don't cry because it ended, smile because it happened, and focus on the moment, not the monsters that may or may not be up ahead. Good night.